rules are thrown by your life televised, we're breaking every bone. Adrenaline insurgents, brace from the fall. Hitting it with HardWire, hear the engine scream. Living fast and reckless, this is our metal dream. Riding hard, never slowing me. In the spotlight we shine. A biker's brutal journey. This life is ours divine. With HardWire, the crowd screams our name. Chasing down the shadows, we're addicted to the fame. Chains rattling loud, the brotherhood's alive. Every episode joins us, we're here to survive. From dusk till dawn, we're the keys of this thrill. Hitting it with HardWire, hear the engine scream. Living fast and reckless, this is our metal dream. Riding hard, never slowing me. In the spotlight we shine. A biker's brutal journey. This life is ours divine. On the edge of chaos, we embrace the feel. Hitting it with HardWire, we'll always be here.
Hey, welcome to Hitting It with HardWire. What's happening? My StreamYard froze up. How's everybody doing? Thanks for stopping in. Hey, happy ho-ho coming up. Yeah. Merry Christmas to everybody. What's happening? What's happening? That was Cheech and Cheech from Cheech and Chong and Born in East LA. What's happening? You know, you want to act like an American, you just you go around and you walk like this and act like you're waving a fart. I love that movie. That was good stuff. So we got who all we got in there? Warland. What's up, Metal Gear? Clever Pops, Warland, Rolling 3, S&S, Carney, my man. I think me and Carney's going to jump on a Christmas special later this week where we're all going to hang out. Probably Friday, I think. I don't know what Carney's doing on Friday. Everybody grumbled about me doing one in the middle of the week and everybody having to work next day for Thanksgiving, so we'll probably do maybe Friday, do a Christmas special on probably Friday. I tried to switch it was my fault. I tried to switch my audio settings while my intro was playing, and on my screen, my intro froze, and I don't know if you guys saw it or not. I'm still working on the new intro. I started working on it, and we're about to revamp HardWire's whole system. For those of you that have been on the show for a while, hanging out, you know about my RAM troubles, and I sent my RAM back to Corsair, and I got a brand new set. So I got a brand new set of 64 232 gigabyte sticks just put in. I'm buying my own Christmas presents this year, and I got a bunch of stuff for the studio. I went and got this used. Mike would know what this is. Here, let me see if I can switch that around so you can make out what it is. Camera, mirror, there. I got the Stream Deck Plus. and ask me why I bought it. It's because I was going over my system with Gemini, talking to Gemini about uh, making sure everything's compatible and it'll work out good. I got this here. I got it's new in the box. It's never been, doesn't look like it's been used. And I bought it off of somebody. I went and met them today. The masterpiece of the show is this guy. Ah, it's got dual encoders on the board, on the card, so that will help out a lot with editing. Uh, I think I'm going to start doing a little bit of a few pre-recorded stuff and releasing a few things. When I think of something I want to talk about, I'll just pre-record something, and that'll just be like, since I never release like stuff during the week, and I just do a do a Sunday show every week. That'll just be something I throw out in the middle of the week and once in a while. Here, let me put you guys up there. It's good to see everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. Ho ho day is coming this week. I'm off on tomorrow. I'm off on Tuesday. I work Wednesday, and then I'm off Christmas and Friday. So I only work, I think, and usually you only work 6 hours on Christmas Eve, something like that. But we typically leave a little bit early, not a lot, but, and it'll be laid back because I think me and one other person's the only one that's going to be there. Everybody else is off, so everybody's trying to get their vacation days and stuff in before Christmas. What's up, sick bastard? Oh, that's the wrong one. This is the one I was looking for earlier.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
I was playing that for sick bastard.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
What's up, Clubber Pops? We got a really good family. For those of you, I was on visiting a chat earlier. I come across this channel. It's called Gen X Thinks, and for people around my age, it's a good to go on there and just, it's good for reminiscing and BS. And his show's a lot like mine. We just chit chat and go over. Put that in your. I don't have his exact link, but I'll get that. But it's called Gen X Thinks. Stop over there and check that show out. He does more shows than I do. I just do one a week. He pops one in every once in a while and does live streams once in a while. Seems like a cool fella. We have a real good family over here. If you're from over there, our family's comes from Mike Ball and Insane Wheels. Most of us. We got Carney. He's got his own show. Mike Ball does news every day at 11 o'clock Eastern. Has a good commentary for news. Stop in and see Mike. It's a really good family. There's hardly any trolls. Every once in a while you get one pop in, but we're a good family, and we try to get together. We started a 4th of July party. Me and Mike was there, and Black Dragon was there this past year, and we encourage people to come and hang out. I started this show because of Mike. I actually did a news show whenever I was in high school. I took a class called Electronics and Video Technologies, and the camera thing the whole being on camera thing was kind of natural to me because I had done it in the past, and I figured, hey, I like this YouTube live stuff. I'm going to try giving it a shot. And it's good therapy. It beats the shit out of paying a therapist. I get on here and tell you guys what I think about everything, and sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't. Hey, it's all good. We have a good time, and we all legitimately try to help each other out, and we care about each other, and we have a good family going. I see a few people stopped over from over there, and I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you. We have a good show. We talk about a little bit of everything, mostly my problems, the things I've been running into. This past summer, I bought my first ever camper. And when you have a show and you talk about problems you're having, that's going to come up often in the summer. I'm from Northeast Ohio, so I'm a biker, but we don't ride in the winter. Most of us don't, if we care about our bikes. I don't. I've been through too many Harleys, and I know for a fact salt is one of the absolute worst things you can do to a bike, and salt will get in places that you can't get it out. No matter how hard you spray, no matter what you do, it gets in places. Unless you dissect your whole bike, you're not getting the salt out. Okay. Face always already trying to get my old lady to bring the fireball down and get me drunk. Yes, that does happen once in a while. I call my old lady the alcohol demon, because she comes down and gets me drunk on the show sometimes, and it can be pretty hilarious. I'm trying to find the right button. What button is it we got? I think this one's the my Ric Flair. Woo! Woo! I got to make a little poster. I'm getting, when I redo the studio, I'm moving. I'm going to a 3-monitor setup. One thing I did not show you. Oh, that's heavy. Got another. This way. I got a 4K monitor. I'm too old for that shit. I got a 4K monitor. I'm going to a 3-monitor setup, which apparently is pretty common for people who do video editing and stuff, for a workstation. I talked to Gemini, and it helps me. It's amazing how fucking far Gemini's come. Since I've done my show, I've been doing this show for what's it been, a little over a year. Once a week for a little over a year. Just since I've been doing the show, we used to talk to Gemini, and Gemini was dumber than a box of rocks a year ago, and you talk to it, and it just fucked everything up. Talk like a 10-year-old most of the time. And now you can sit down. I shit you not, you can have really intelligent conversations with Gemini. And I've had conversations with Gemini about philosophy, things, all kinds of things. Where AI is going. I'm a nerd, so a little bit of a biker nerd. So I talk about quantum physics with Gemini, because I know my old lady, she'll let me blab about it, but it goes one ear and out the other. She doesn't really. It's one of them deals where you could talk to your wife for 45 minutes to an hour, and you look over and they got a blank look on their face, and you'd be like, what did I just, and name anything I just said for the last hour, and she'd be like, sorry, I can't name a single thing you said in the last hour. And yeah, she'll let me blab about it, but she don't care about any of that stuff. Oh, damn. I scrolled up to see who all was in here, and I'm behind on the chat. Carney's rooting for the fireball. Oh, you guys. What's up, MacGyver? Thanks for stopping in, man. Let's go back to the B bank here. And we got the shit. I stole that right off of Mike Ball. That's actually Mike saying shit. He does that all the time on his show, and I stole it and put it on a button. Shit. Uh, yeah. This all started a little over a year ago. I didn't know YouTube Live was a thing. Mike said it just kind of started uh, doing like the live streams. It used to be mostly uploaded videos, and he said the live stream just kind of started around the time I noticed it, I guess, or a little bit before that. And I just noticed it, and I started chatting with everybody in the chat. And I'll tell you, I don't really meet a lot of people outside of the biker community and stuff. So I kind of lived in a bit of a bubble in a way, and it's been great to meet a lot of new people on here. Met a lot of really good people. Kind of restored my faith in humanity, man. I was really watching too much politics and thinking the worst about everything, thinking everything was going down the toilet. But then you realize when you actually sit and talk to people, man, the world's not nearly as bad as it seems. It's no shit about the government trying to divide us. A lot of us have differences of opinion. I'm like a lot of these guys actually, because I started out like in the around the Bill Clinton era. I've still considered myself a moderate Democrat, and that's kind of where I was politically. And I was that way for a long time, but things have gotten so crazy in the fucking world. And when the left completely infiltrated the Democratic Party, they pushed the goalpost so far left. Like I'm still the same person. I still believe in the same things, but it actually pushed me more into the more moderate conservative right party or whatever area. I'm just like old school, like people from my day, especially if you grew up in the country like I did. I'm all about God and guns and family and all of these things. The difference between me and a lot of real far right people is I don't give a flying fuck if you want to be gay or if you want to dress as a woman. That's fine. I don't think the majority of anybody gives a rat's ass. Nobody does. Nobody really cares. We don't care. Just do it. Keep it to yourself. You know, I don't go out there and like flaunt like a lot of the things that I might do in my home or whatever. You know, most of us don't. That's that. You know, so I would be considered kind of liberal in that way. I don't agree with it, but I kind of have a real live and let live philosophy. You know, I just don't impinge on my rights or whatever, and I don't give a shit what you do. I don't think the government belongs in our homes and making laws that force a lot of the bullshit down our throats. Then you're violating my rights. I don't think there should be things saying you can't do it. So, you know, I think a lot of you understand what I'm saying, because a lot of us are the same way. Uh, as far as Trump goes, I think still think he's better than the alternative. He's doing good in a lot of areas, and then there's a lot more areas than I had hoped that he's not doing as much as I hoped he would. He's really saying some bonehead things. I mean, but you gotta the guy. He's trying to. He really legitimately, from everything I've understood, like listening to people that know him and talk to him on the regular, he thinks he's really funny. And they say if you're kind of little old school and you listen, like have actual entire conversations with him and kind of understand him, he is trying to be funny. A lot of the times when people take him the wrong way, Do I think a president should try to joke around in that fashion? Not really. I really wanted to see a more dignified kind of acting person in office because it is the highest office in the land. It really should be somebody that it should be somebody that like maybe like old Clint Eastwood, he's badass and dignified in a way, that macho badass, but still carries himself in a kind of dignified fashion. I've really tuned out of politics a lot. I mean, I still pay attention to what's going on, but I haven't been like getting as ramped up about it as I was for a while. Because like I say, I've been watching a lot of like YouTube videos about perspective, and I realize a little bit more now that when I was younger, the same shit was going on. I just didn't pay attention very much. There was the same kind of division, the same kind of infighting, the same kind of all the same crap. It's regurgitated trying to divide the country, and it's always been there. The parents have always felt like the children were going too far left, but in a sense, every step, the camera's reversed. Still, every step left gets farther and farther and farther left, and I think we've gone a little too far towards bad shit. But I think if we've made a little bit of a course correction, and to where people don't have to take things so fucking seriously. There for a while, man, they was letting the lunatics rule the asylum, man, and it was bad. You couldn't say anything, you couldn't do anything. It was turning into a communist craziness. What's up, Soundproof? I actually got to meet Soundproof, and it didn't dawn on me why they call him that until I met him, and it still didn't dawn on me until I left where I had met him at, and then I went, oh, it's not just a clever name. That's like in a way, it's like, I don't know. There's all kinds of them, especially in the biker world where they like poking at you. It's typical macho man stuff, where we pick on each other all the time and say stuff. And he got one of them names like that. And for those of you that don't know, like him and Blair are both from Texas. They know each other. They're good people, man. Good people down there. I talk to some of them down that way all the time. I've got friends in, let's see, California. Let's see, GG. I haven't seen him in a while. Does anybody know if he's doing all right? He's out in Oregon. Then we got Blair and them guys down in Texas. Mike and them in Alabama. I got friends in Florida. Steve, aren't you like in North Carolina or something? I know Beezer's in Florida. We're spread out all over the place, man. I really wish we could get together on the 4th. I promoted the crap out of it. I was really disappointed that more people didn't come on the 4th, but I think people kind of wasn't sure if it was going to happen for sure or not, and people didn't plan ahead. It was a good time, and going down to Mike's is a good time. It's a fun little area. They got some pretty cool little places to go and check out and hang out, and Mike's a good dude. His dad's cool as fuck. Didn't really get to meet his mom much or talk to her, but they seem like really good people. I met some of his neighbors, and they were cool too. Mike's neighbors down there. I liked it enough that me and my wife were seriously thinking about moving down there to Alabama. For those that don't know, I live in Northeast Ohio. I think I said that once earlier. And it's not that I hate the area. I'm getting sick of the cold all the time in the winter. It's too damn cold. I'm old. My body don't like it. I don't want too hot though. I do not want to live like in Florida, or I think Texas is probably too hot, but Texas is a big ass state. You go north of Texas, their weather's probably almost like mine. But I do like Alabama's pretty moderate. I mean, it does get hot in the summer, but it's for the most part, it's pretty moderate. Oh, Michigan. Gary's up in Michigan. Yeah. I've been to Holland, Michigan. I've never been to Detroit. I heard too many horror stories about Detroit. I used to know some guys in a band called Disown. They were really cool guys, and they were up in Detroit regularly, and I heard horror stories from them about how bad Detroit was. So I've never really had any desire to go there. I think I've got family in either North Carolina or South Carolina. I was in Charlotte a few years back, so went to a little bar down there called the Paper Doll. That was it's a fun little bar, but they wouldn't allow colors in there. We had to turn our cuts inside out, or no, we had to take our cuts off, and we had to turn our we all had depends on what club you're in. Some clubs call them soft cuts, some just call them shirts. But we all had shirts on. We had to turn them inside out. Anything that was promoting a motorcycle club, we had to turn them inside out. They had some cute girls in there. But I'll never forget. They said the private dances go anywhere from $50 to $500. And I says, what the fuck is a $500 private dance? Seriously, what? They must have been up to some shady stuff back there. Had to have been. How in the hell would anybody ever consider a $500 private dance if there wasn't some shady stuff going on? I would expect it. $500 that's insane. Yeah, Warland, I would assume so. It must. Something for $500 fucking dollars. That's crazy. I don't even think I'd pay $500. I mean, some of them girls are pretty good looking, but nah. I wasn't, and at the time I wasn't married, so FYI. I was never really a strip club kind of guy. I think it's kind of dumb to go hang out with the fellas and go to the strip club and everybody doesn't get any. Everybody leaves horny, what's the point of that? I never forget the one time I took one of my buddies there. He's not with us anymore. One of my friends I took there, and he said he kept saying, he was borrowing money off me to because he didn't have any money or didn't have enough money. I can't remember which, but he said, "Oh, this dancer, she really likes me." I said, "Dude, you're an idiot. That's their job. They literally are making you think that they like you to get you to give them more money. That's what they do." He's like, no, not this one. She really likes me. I said, "Oh, you're an idiot." He never did. He paid me back before he died, fucker. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but and of all things, man, that's what I tell everybody. Of all things, this poor fella, he was walking to his car to go to work, and it was one of them snows where everything was the snow was wet and heavy and there was ice under it. And he's walking to his car and a tree branch fell and smacked him on the back of the head so hard it broke his neck. That's just awful. But how's that for, you just never know when your time is, man. I mean, you could just like that be taken out of the world, man. So try your hardest to enjoy every single day, man. Every single day. Every day is a blessing. Even the bad times, man, good times and bad are all a blessing just to be here on earth. Hey, I'm not one of them grifters or whatever on YouTube. I don't come on here and like ask for money all the time. I will say that, see, I post links for other people once in a while. I'm trying to remember where it's at. Oh, there it is. This is, this is, Code has a good show, and Code TV, his show, he does a Christmas drive every year. I donated like $50 this year. If you can Cash App him and put in the comments, for the kids, or donation for Share Christmas, and if you want to help the kids, he'll appreciate it, and I'll appreciate it. And I always put Mike's on here. Send donations to Mike Ball over at Insane Wheels if you want to donate. And believe me, if anybody needed money, it would be me. My ass is broke as fuck. I got another thing in the mail the other day where I'm getting sued again by some credit card company. I did one of them federal debt like things, and I have somebody a lawyer in Florida that's supposed to be taking care of that. I got another one. I mean, I could use money, but it just doesn't feel right. I'm not monetized anyway. This is more of my therapy. I just enjoy coming and hanging out with you guys. And what they used to call it, chewing the fat, bullshitting, whatever you want to call it. Talking together and having a good time. Oh, hey, Carney says he'll always take money. I don't have his, I have his Cash App in my phone because I've Cash Apped him on his show. But I don't have it on here. Every once in a while I have guests on the show. My wife will come down. When I was in the club, which I won't lie, there's a fairly decent chance I might go back. But I got some shit I got to sort out first. I got some health issues and whatnot. I got to sort some things out. But I've had my club brother, one of my club brothers on the show. I have guests like Carney comes on. Dr. Harley, if you don't know who Dr. Harley is, he's got a great YouTube channel. Dr. Harley comes on the show, and he's in the chat sometimes. We've been invited over to Hollywood's Insane Wheel show, or his Insane Throttle. We've been invited over on Hollywood show a couple times, me, Mike, and Blair. We always a good time. And I'll tell you, Hollywood will surprise you. He's looks like a biker, talks like a biker, but he's actually a smart guy. And he grew on me. I wasn't sure I liked him at first, but he still says some things that I don't like once in a while. But yeah, are you ever not going to get that every once in a while from somebody? I'm sure I offend some of you sometimes, but hey, grow a set. Don't be offended by everything. Don't be offended by anything. Words can't hurt you. Only you can hurt you. I say that all the time. Only you can hurt you. Other people can't hurt you. Only things that hurt you is what you let hurt you when it comes to words. Yeah, Carney's a hell of a dude. I could tell if me and him ever sat down and had a beer, we'd have a good time. We'd have a good time. Oh yeah, we do that all the time. Orland says we could have several conversations going on in the chat along with what we're talking about. That happens all the time because we're very much like a family. We all have a good time. Carney ever makes it up to Ohio, we're going to hang out. We'll make it happen. Even if I have to go all the way over by Columbus or something, I'll travel over and we'll hang out. Wouldn't recommend hanging out here. I live in a small town. There ain't shit to do here. I mean, there's a couple of bars, but most of the bars around here are dive bars, which are some of the best bars, but there's usually not a lot of people. Nobody goes out anymore, so there's usually not a lot of people in there. I still like to go. There's a bar about 3 towns from here, and it's a private. They call it a private. It's an AmVets. I don't know if they have that everywhere. Or no, it's not an AmVets. It's an Army Navy, I think. But I'm a member there. It's only $25 a year. They got gambling machines in there. If that's your shtick, it was never really. Every once in a blue moon, if I'm like, fuck it, I got $20, I'll throw $20. Last time I did that, I don't even know. I don't even understand them new, like, digital, like, slot machines. I don't really understand, like, how they work, but I'll go up there and push the buttons. And last time I did, I won $125 on $20. I think it was. I've seen a few people hit it pretty big on them things, but they also have a whole, like, you can go out back and it's all fenced in. They actually have a fire pit back there where they'll light it in the summer and you can sit out there and drink your beer out by the fire pit. And then they have another barn building with a bar, and it's got garage doors where everybody can go in there and smoke, and then they'll have karaoke out there. It's a nice little place. I like it. And their food's still fairly cheap. Like the hamburgers, you can get hamburgers for it's like $2.50 or $3. I mean, their food's cheap and it's not bad. It's actually pretty decent. Seattle, that's someplace I've never been. Actually, HardWire's never been west of the Mississippi yet. Believe it or not, it was only, I think it's been 3 or 4 years. I'm 49 years old now, and it was only 3 or 4 years ago that I ever made it away from, like, one state away. Like, I had been to Pennsylvania and West Virginia, and that's about it. And then I finally started venturing out more. I made it down to Charlotte, then I made it down to Jacksonville, and then down to Sarasota area in Florida, and then Alabama to hang out with Mike. I've really tried to get out more. Like I said, I am not a wealthy man by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, I'd probably be doing better if I could manage my money better, but I don't. I see shit, I buy shit. You know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't. it should go to pay my credit cards off and stuff. And around 2020, whenever the COVID thing hit, I spent way too much money. My wife will give me shit, and then I'll buy her something, and she'll be like, "Oh, okay, never mind." So, I mean, whatever. I'm still paying on everything, whatever. I'm paying my credit cards down a little at a time, then I charge them back up, and then I don't pay them down. But I make my payments every month, except the ones I cut off. At one point, I had 12 fucking credit cards. That's how stupid I am. I thought it was going to help me build credit. Yeah, okay, dummy. But I cut, I think, 6 of them off and gave them to the federal debt management or whatever. And they're supposed to negotiate settlements on all that for you. And they've got all but 2 of them, I think, done. And one of those 2 is trying to sue me now. And the last time I got paper saying somebody was suing me, they didn't even try to send the court papers or nothing. They called the lawyer after the judge had reached a default settlement or whatever. They told me I didn't have to go to court. Don't worry about it. Then they let the judge give a default settlement and then called the lawyer and then tried to negotiate. I said, are you serious? Why would he negotiate with you? He's got no reason to. The judge already gave him the damn settlement or whatever because you didn't send paperwork in or nothing. There's absolutely no reason why the hell they would ever try to negotiate that down. There's no reason why they would. But we're trying to venture out more. Me and the old lady would like to go down to Texas and hang out with Claire and them down there. I might try to make that happen. I've never been to Texas. I would like to see Texas and all the states I'll drive through on the way there. I will say, when I come back, when I drove down to Florida, I drove down from Northeast Ohio, all in one shot by myself. And I do not ever want to do that again. That sucked. That really sucked. When I drove back, I decided to make 2 days out of it. And I went up, you can go down and along the coast, and down to Florida from Ohio is one of the main ways to get there. And the other way is a little bit longer, but you go up through Tennessee. And I went up through Tennessee and went through the mountains. I'll tell you, that was an experience. They are not like most of the mountains that we see around here that we call mountains. Those are big mountains, big old mountains. They would, if they seen anything we call mountains, they'd go, "Oh, how cute! They're little baby mountains." We're almost more like the fucking foothills compared to a lot of that. Hey, what's up, Glare? I didn't even see him pop in there. I'm too busy flapping my gums. Yeah, Glaire's one I talk to on the phone once in a while. Like I say, we're all like family. I mean, Glare was a brother, so it's a little more like, natural to speak to, you know. But I still talk to him on the phone, even though I technically left. But I still roll the motorcycle clubs are one of them things, man. Once you do it, it gets in your blood. It's hard to. I always tell people go, "Why would you do that?" You literally can't explain it to somebody that's never done it. It's really hard to explain. But once you do it, you get it kind of in your blood, and it's hard to get away from it. Not because you're like have to be there. You want to be there, and everybody. Granted, I've been in enough clubs to know the family. The family is a bit fake. I knew that when I joined the 1% club I was in. I knew it would be the same way for a lot of people. See, that's the weird thing. The ones that really, really believe in brotherhood, we'll still talk to you, still be your friend, and all that anyway. You just can't tell everybody that you talk if you're out if you're out bad. I'm not out bad. At least last time I checked. You never know though. Hell, sometimes they make. I've seen before where they make the decision to say that somebody's out bad, like years later, like some clubs will. And I don't. I still ain't figured out the ones that I have how them that person even became a topic of conversation like years later. They like you auto kind of forgot about them by now. What's up, Mike? Mike, you wasn't in here at the start of the show. I want to show you something. I got one of these. I don't know if this is probably not the same one you got, but I got me one of these, and I got to figure it out. So I might need your assistance for that. But I told you on the show the other day I was revamping the system. I'll show you what gave me the idea. I bought me one of these fancy gizmos. No, I got a 4060 in my computer now, and this is like leaps and bounds ahead of that. I got my RAM back, so I'll have 96 gigabytes of RAM. And I hope my wife don't kill me when she hears this. And like I used to be a pirate, like one of them. Like I would download stuff. Excuse me, I would download stuff like illegal cracked versions of everything. But I've been trying to get away from that. I've been trying to buy my software, and I bought DaVinci Resolve for doing my editing and some of the fancy wipes and whatnot. So I'm going to go back and redo my new intro with DaVinci Resolve instead of I had another editing program that I had bought. It was Magix X16, and it's not bad. It's just I like DaVinci Resolve is used by pros. Like that's what they use in Hollywood to edit video and stuff. I got a new monitor, so I'll have 3 monitors, Mike. I got a 4K monitor for the middle monitor, and then I'll have 2 1080p monitors on the outside, on either side. I'll send you a picture whenever I get it all set up. I still am waiting for the mount to show up on Tuesday for the 3 monitor setup. And it's cramped a little bit right here because I got everything on. Well, this is my right because I flipped it, but I got everything over here where I'm comfortable, like with my board and stuff. But I'm cramped here in this corner, so I'm going to move over where I have my interview spot over here and move them to the corner where I can have more room for my monitors and everything. I'm going to start trying to do some editing here and there and make a video of some kind to just throw out there during the week for shits and giggles. But I like doing the intros. Like if anybody wants like a fancy intro or anything, whenever I was in the electronics and video technologies class I was in, where I was on the news show, I also spent an absolute shit ton of time. I wish I still had some of the old. I made a bunch of music videos, and everybody thought that's what I would. Everybody thought that's what I was going to do, but the only place to go for school at the time was the Pittsburgh Institute of Art, and I did not want to live in Pittsburgh. I like the Steelers, but I do not like the city of Pittsburgh. I don't even like traveling around it. Most of the places I go in Pennsylvania, I end up from where I live at, I have to travel around Pittsburgh most of the time. And I absolutely hate trying to get around the outside of Pittsburgh. It's always a mess. We're up to 50 minutes, so I try to keep them fairly short. Has to be between 45 minutes to an hour. That's the only way anybody ever goes back and watches the replays is if they're not too long. I used to always make them real long, and nobody ever watched the replays. So I will set Carney. I'll get a hold of you. We'll set up a Christmas special, and I'll post it. I'll have to find out how Friday's looking for you, because that's what I was thinking about doing it. But I'll see everybody on the Christmas special, and I'll see you next Sunday, same time, 6 o'clock. Hopefully, I'll have the new stuff all set up. I'm eventually going to make the switch to OBS. I messed around with OBS before. It crashed my laptop all the time because my laptop wasn't powerful enough. Well, this new setup I have will be powerful enough to handle OBS easily. And eventually I'm going to make the switch over, and it might be a little bit of a growing pain, but just to do this, the like camera switches and to go live, it's not super complicated. So it should be fairly easy. But I'll see you next Sunday. If you want to come to the Christmas special, we appreciate you. We love you. I love you. God bless you. And peace out. I'll see you next Sunday.
Hittin' it with HardWire. We're burning it bright. Living on the edge, we'll ride through the night. No fear in our hearts, just the roar of the steel. Together we rise, now this life feels real. Yeah, held a new path on that twisted black line. A YouTube dream where his past can't confine. With every rev, he's reclaiming his soul, teaching the world how to ride, how to roll. Rising up high when the shadows surround. HardWire's the name, and he's making it loud. Hittin' it with HardWire, we're burning it bright. Living on the edge, we'll ride through the night. No fear in our hearts, just the roar of the steel. Together we rise, now this life